From the Opopco Studios in Oklahoma City, you are watching The Press Row. I'm Jenny Carlson here with Barry Trammell. It's time for our We Pick 'em segment. Barry, let's get right to it. How about this one? Backpack or red-framed glasses? Barry, it's time to talk fashion. What are you picking?
I gotta go with the glasses. I love the glasses. Now, I'll say this for Russell Westbrook. Generally, when people wear glasses, they have frames in them, things you look through. Russell gave me the greatest answer I've ever gotten from him or most anybody else when I asked him why he wore lensless frames. And he said, I can see better without the lenses. So I actually sort of like the glasses. To me, they make him, they sort of humanize him, and this is a guy that needs humanizing.
They were definitely a look, but I think if I'm picking between the red frame glasses without lenses or Kevin Durant's backpack from a year ago, I'm going to go backpack. The guy looked like he was not only ready to go camping, but jump out of a plane. I mean, this looked like he was wearing a parachute. He wore it religiously throughout the playoffs last year. I've asked him if he's got something that he's going to start wearing. He has yet to commit, but he said there's maybe something in the works. I have no idea how you top the red frame glasses though this year. I think he's going to have to work on it, that's for sure. All right, here's another one based on the NBA. Barry, what about this? Meta World Peace / Ron Artest. Is this guy for real, or is he just faking us with this act?
He's for real. He's legitimately nuts. I tell you, people say, what's wrong with that guy? I tell you what's wrong with him. He's a kook. He's admitted to a chemical imbalance. He really is.
Yeah,
He's got mental problems.
That's
I don't want to make light of this. He really does have mental problems. I mean, I don't know why we're sitting around saying what the mystery is. The question is, what's wrong with other people who act certain ways without mental problems? Meta World Chaos really does have a reason for his actions. So, I mean, the question is, how often do you let him on the basketball court? But we know what the root of the problem is.
Yeah. I think he's real too. I just think he's real messed up. I mean, let's be honest. Some of the answers that he gave you all yesterday who were at practice, it was ridiculous. They were non-answers to the questions. He starts pubbing his website, his podcast. I mean, the guy is off the rails, and that's just who he is. I don't think it's some sort of act. I don't think he's putting on. I think this is who he is. And frankly, it scares me a little bit, Barry.
Well, within a 10-second span, he asked me to go to dinner with him and asked me to coach the Lakers. And frankly,
you didn't take him up on either?
I don't know if he was serious about the Lakers, but he might have been serious about the dinner. I just didn't know.
Wow, I can't believe you didn't take him up on either. Thumbs down to that. And talk about thumbs up or thumbs down. What about this one, Barry? LeBron James as the NBA MVP. Is that a thumbs up or down?
Thumbs up all the way. It's not even close. Love Kevin Durant. Some other guy, Chris Paul, had a phenomenal year. Tony Parker, the season of his life. But LeBron James, far and away the MVP of the league this year. He's the best player on one of the two or three best teams. Fabulous player, playing out of his mind, playing the best basketball of his life. He's clearly the MVP.
I'm not sure he played the best basketball of his life in Game 2 of their series against the Pacers. Didn't quite bring it at the end. I'm going thumbs down on this one. I think that, LeBron's obviously best player on the planet right now, but look at the guys around him, and especially when you consider the guys around him that were part of that team in the regular season. Obviously Chris Bosh injured right now, so he's not part of the equation, but man, that team, even if you remove LeBron, would still be a really good team. Not as good, but still pretty darn good with Dwayne Wade, who I think is a fantastic player. But take Kevin Durant off the Thunder, take Chris Paul off the Clippers. Changes the dynamic a lot, Barry, a ton.
I think the Durantless Thunder would slaughter the LeBronless Heat.
Ooh. All right. What about this one? One more thumbs up, thumbs down, Barry. Oklahoma City Barons title hopes. You giving it thumbs up or thumbs down?
Thumbs up all the way for this reason. Let me tell you what I base my American Hockey League knowledge on. The name of the squad. Oklahoma City, I'm all for it. Over on the other side, it's Norfolk versus St. John's. I assume St. John's is somewhere north of the border.
And are we going Virginia?
I assume Norfolk, Norfolk is Virginia. I don't think there's a Norfolk, Canada, but who knows? But no, I'm afraid my knowledge of the American Hockey League is not all that advanced. It's not the old days of the CHL when I knew that Tulsa and Wichita and San Antonio, and I knew some of those figures. Brian Wells up at Wichita, the shoe bottom at Tulsa, that kind of thing. Sorry, don't know anything about the AHL, so it's Barons all the way.
And the Barons are in the Western Conference Finals, so I'm giving them thumbs up. They've been having a great run in the playoffs, been doing a lot of good stuff, been totally overshadowed, Barry, obviously, by what the Thunder have been doing, which, that's part of the deal. They're playing not Major League hockey. This is a minor league team, so of course the Thunder's going to have higher billing, but it doesn't change the fact they've had a great run in the playoffs. Looks like their coach, Todd Nelson, may be in line for an NHL job in the not-too-distant future. Is doing a heck of a job for the Barons. All right, lastly, more fashion talk, Barry. Ricky Fowler and his mustache, or James Harden and his beard. Who you got here?
I'm going to go with Ricky Fowler's mustache.
Oh,
and
my.
Here's the deal. It looks a little continental, looks a little European, looks a little Casablanca-ish.
Those weren't the words I thought of when I saw it, honestly.
And at the risk of getting, the whole world mad at me except for a Meta World Chaos, I'm not all that crazy about James Harden's beard. It needs a little trim. So
wow.
I'm going to go with Ricky Fowler and his stash.
Ooh, I'm going with Harden and the beard. Come on, let's be realistic here. Ricky Fowler's got so much going on. I get distracted every time I look at him. He wears the all orange on Sunday, on the final day of a tournament, which is fine. He wears the hair long, which is fine. And then the hat pulled low, which makes the hair go everywhere. And now the mustache. It's too much, Barry. Pick a look and stick with it. The stash has gone over the top. I'm going with Harden.
I like the looks of a guy when he looks like a close ally of Sidney Greenstreet.
And if you know who that is, contact Barry Trammell. And be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.